Surprisingly enough, Clover's a pretty decent chef. Maybe it's because she likes creating things. She makes music in her spare time, and has a pretty sizable following on Miko Miko Duga. What is that? I think that's why she became an elementary school teacher. She's no artist, but she likes making animals out of used toilet roll tubes, and playing with finger paints, even more than the other kids do. Sometimes, when she comes home from work, there are splotches of acrylic paint on her fingers and cheeks. It even gets in her hair. And when I point it out, she just laughs. She's also the nurturing type, I guess. She likes taking care of people. I wonder if that's why our friendship has survived for so long. Before I got this job, I was too lazy to even comb my hair or brush my teeth in the morning. But luckily we had her for that, right? We had Clover to brush our teeth for us in the morning. It was lucky I had Clover around, because she took care of all of that boring stuff for me. Sometimes she even helped me dress. I think she enjoys it. It makes her feel wanted. And when it comes to mealtime, I really do want Clover around. The food she prepares is always delicious. Today's breakfast is no exception. Rice porridge, cinnamon toast with apricot jam, and a side of banana slices. It's super good. Like, insanely. Do you like it? I do. Oh, this is the best breakfast I've had in the morning. Is it sweet enough for your discerning tongue? I like sweet food a lot, I do have a sweet tooth. Some people can't get up in the mornings without a cup of coffee, but I'm the opposite exactly. I need candy in the morning. Anything sugary, sweet, give it to me. My tongue's pretty delicate, and I can't stand bitter flavors. If I could, I'd live on a diet of cake, ice cream, and cinnamon toast. It's just sweet enough, I think. Great, then eat it all up like a good girl. You need to grow up big and strong. Hey. I'm just looking from like a quick eye glance, okay? But I'd say we're about evenly big in size. Well, the only size that kind of matters. Boobs. Well, butts matter too. Clover's pretty nice, but I don't like it when she coddles me like this. I know this sounds hypocritical, since she does most of the cooking and the housework, but I don't appreciate being spoken down to. I'm not one of your students. You're even naughtier than some of my students. You're wearing the same clothes you wore yesterday. Hey, they're not dirty. Why should I change them? You're wearing the same clothes you wore yesterday too. Yes, but I didn't have a shower in them last night. Unlike you. Touché, I guess. She's got a point there. What will you do if our lieutenant arrives when you're dressed like that? Your hair's all messy too. You haven't brushed your teeth. You said that she was going to come at midday. Plans can change. They shouldn't. If people say they're going to do something at a certain time, then they should do it at that time or not do it at all. Wow, you sound unusually heated. It's not unusual. People never think about how much they might inconvenience others. Well, maybe they should. It'll make my life a lot easier. I've always been a stickler for keeping to schedules, but it got even worse after I got this job. I can't count the number of times clients have flaked out on me. Fucking flakers. But Clover just smiles. You're so prickly, Nekohime. You'd be prickly too if you had to work my job. Yeah, imagine that, looking at porn and deleting it off of a PC. Is that why you're always frowning? No, my face just does this on its own. Oh dear, and after I made you your favorite rice porridge too. It'll take more than that to right the wrongs in this world. Don't expect miracles. I'm a good cook, but I'm not that good. Hey, even Gordon Ramsay can't fucking cook away the the wrongs in this world, okay? His food can't make wrong the rights. Wait, the other way around. His food can't make right the wrongs in this world. I pout, shoveling a spoonful of rice porridge into my mouth. It's warm. Every bite is filled with love and affection. It really is sweet. I empty the bowl in seconds. My spoon rests at the bottom, flecked here and there in bits of sticky rice porridge. I yawn, pressing a hand against my mouth. Tears beat in my eyes. Now I feel sleepy. You really are like a fucking cat. Clover watches over me, propping her head up with a hand. Her eyes are soft and gentle. You really are like a cat, Nekohime. What do you mean? Now that you've had something to eat, You want to go back to sleep. I can't help it. I have a busy life. Clover giggles. Yeah, so busy yesterday that we didn't even have time to take off our clothes in the shower, right? That's not all. You always doze around in the sunshine. Your tongue is super sensitive. You get distracted by stray dust particles. And you love drinking milk. You've been observing me that much? Creepy. You even say "nya" when your side gets tickled. No, I do not. Yes, you do. I do not. Oh? What's this, Nekohime? Are you trying to deny the truth? It's not the truth. You're mistaken. That's what corrupt politicians say. I'm not a politician. Really, I'm not. I'm just a struggling computer repairwoman who hates her job, which is much better than being a politician. Clover's face darkens. I don't trust that expression. Is she concocting some kind of evil plan? Do you persist in your wild claims that you do not, in fact, say "nya" when you get tickled? I persist. I persist because it's the truth. And I will stand up for all that is good and just and pure in this world. Yeah. You're not really tickling my side, though. You're tickling a side of something, but not my sides. Well, it's still a side of mine. Nah! I squeal. Clover's standing by my side, and I don't know how she got here. She really is fast. Damn, she just went straight for the boob. She had her eyes on it and like, bam, pounce. Her hands cupped my breasts. Her fingers rub against them through the thin fabric of my shirt. It's the strangest, most intimate massage I've ever received. This is like an intense boob massage, but it's only on one particular area of the boob, right? It's like she's isolating a particular muscle group in our boob. Ha! I knew it! Clover grins wickedly. She continues her ministrations, pinching my nipples until I can feel them hardening beneath her wandering fingertips. Hey, what are you doing? Come on, this early in the morning, Clover? You do say "nya" when you get tickled. Nah! This isn't being tickled. This is just being groped. Yeah, come on, everybody would say "nya" when being groped. But it is making you purr, my cute little kitty. Yeah. Clover massages my breast a little harder. Whoa. I feel my face getting redder and redder. We're almost achieving Clover's hair color. So, how does it feel? Clover leans in a little closer, exhaling against the inside of my ear. It actually kind of looks like she's pressing her face against the boob as well, right? Like she's hugging it, or she's like trying to talk to it. She's whispering into my boob, into my nipple. Should I keep going? Well, I want her to keep doing it. I want her to stop. You know what? We've already had our breakfast anyway. Might as well have some fun until the next new person comes living in here, right? Because who knows? Who knows if we might get to do this once our new tenant moves in. You never know. We might never be able to do this. At least not in the kitchen. So we might as well take advantage of this now. It's pretty embarrassing to admit, but for some reason, it feels kind of good. I'm not used to being touched like this. I guess it's not too bad. Oh, Nekohime, I love it when you're honest. Nya. Excuse me. Is this a bad time? This is the— oh my god, she's got the cat ear headset. I would love those earphones or headphones, right? I fucking love those things. Cat ear headset. Give me that. I want one. Yeah. My eyes snap open wide, and so do Clover's. Standing in the entrance of the kitchen, with a coy little smirk on her face, is our new tenant, the mysterious third girl. But she isn't that mysterious. I know her. We've met before, really? I mean, it's a small world after all, right? Every gamer girl in town knows each other, apparently. Who is she? Was quite a greeting. The new girls sit at the kitchen table with Clover and I, a coy smile on her face. What was her name? Suki? Suki $5? We've already done the introductions. Her name is Sukiko, but she prefers to go by her online handle, Seductress Suki. Or Suki for short. Suki coils a strand of dark hair around her finger. A temptress, eh? Why does she look so smug?
Oh, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not in a relationship with Nekohime. I was just, teasing her a little.
By tweaking my nips.
Don't worry your pretty little head about it. I wouldn't mind if you two were in a relationship. I have no problem with that. But I understand exactly what you mean.
As she sticks out her tongue, Suki licks her lips slowly. She reminds me of a mischievous fox. She's like, I came to the wrong or the right address after all. This is exactly where I want to be. I frown. What about that explanation? Do you understand exactly?
Well, if I had a cute housemate like you, I want to run my hands all over your body too.
Don't even think about it, yeah! Clover's lucky that I let her do it to me, okay? Clover is one thing, but you're a complete stranger. If you try anything funny, I'll call the police.
Aww, playing favorites is no fair.
You literally just got here.
Sorry, but I'm the only one who can play with Nekohime.
And you shouldn't push your luck either.
Oh, I got scolded.
Speaking of which, you were supposed to arrive at midday. Why are you here so early? Yeah, she arrived here early. She came here in fucking, where is it, booty shorts, right? And she came walking in without, I'm presuming the door was locked. How the hell did she get in here?
I don't have much stuff to bring with me, that's all.
Is that why there isn't a moving truck?
What? You wanted some guys in the truck to see you engaged in a tender embrace with your friend?
No, I do not want a group of strangers to see me in such a compromising position. One is more than enough. Or not, too much already. I do think it's suspicious you don't have more belongings, though. You only brought one bag with you.
That's because I'm a woman of mystery.
I wonder... Is she trying to run away from something? The law, perhaps? My serial killer theory is starting to sound less and less crazy with every passing second. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check into your bag for weapons and stuff like that. But Suki seems a little too bubbly for a murder. Oh, don't let that fool you. Don't let the cute bubbly act fool you. Most yanderes actually are like cute and bubbly at first, right? At least the pink-haired ones. There are definitely two that I know. She was like this the last time we met too.
Come on, Nekohime.
Suki pouts. She reaches across the table, taking hold of my hand. Her fingernails are tipped with pink polish. The hands of a self-proclaimed seductress.
You're acting so cold, but I'm not a real stranger. We met only a few weeks ago, remember?
How could I not?
You know each other?
Yes, it's like destiny. If you're destined to be a thorn in my side, then yes, you could say it was destiny in a sense.
Boo, you're so mean, Nekohime.
You don't have a right to talk to me like that. Not after you fed that skein. Skein? What is skein? Skein? I have no idea what that is. Something of lies to your grandmother and made my life so difficult.
But I couldn't help it. It was funny.
It wasn't very funny for me.
Oh, come on. Don't be so huffy. I'm sure it at least gave you an interesting story to tell.
I grit my teeth together. Why, you...
Excuse me, guys. You might have some shared history, but I'm totally lost here. What exactly are you talking about?
Clover does not like to be left out. Just thinking about it makes my blood boil, but I should try and calm down. Alright. Imagine sitting in a shower stall. Picture a slow, steady stream of water enveloping my body. Alright, keep going. The water washes over my head, clinging to my hair, and sticks to my shirt, to my chest. Oh yeah, that's like it, girl. I inhale. Exhale. Oh my god, so sexy. Slowly. Alright. I'm calm. There we go. That's it. She moved to the shower just to like... Alright, I need to reset. Alright, breathe in. Breathe in, Nekohime. Don't let that girl get to you. Alright. Alright, my heart rate's slowing down. I'm ready. Let's get back in there. Do you remember when I went to that shrine in Asakusa a while ago?
Oh, you don't mean that shrine, do you?
The very one. There's an interesting story behind this. Well, it's interesting when I look back on it in retrospect. It wasn't that interesting at the time though. It was a huge pain in the butt. Here's what happened. Alright. A couple of weeks ago, at the start of July, I got a call by an elderly woman who lived in a shrine in Asakusa. The shrine itself was located in a heavy forested area, and I had to walk up about 1,000,001 stairs to get to it. What the fuck? 1,000,001? I pity the fool that had to count the amount of steps. Holy shit, 1,000,001? Which was a chore in and of itself, especially when it was so hot. I can remember how disgustingly muggy it was even now. There were so many bugs. I must have gotten stung at least a dozen times. There's something about my white skin that attracts insects. Anyway, I made it to the shrine, and I met the old woman who had a complaint with her computer. Really? Oh my god! Of course, why else would we be going there, right? Not for pleasure. Oh my god, even the old woman even the old lady in the fucking shrine has kids who fucking watch porn on her PC, on the family PC. She seemed like a sweet old dear. Gray hair tied in a bun, and glasses on the string around her neck. Alright, you know what this gives me an idea? I'm calling it already. At some fucking point, whether it's 1 year from now, 12 years from now, whatever. Sakura gilfs. It's coming. Sakura grandmas. It's fucking coming, I'm telling you. There's a niche market there, Wing Cloud, you hear me? Sakura grandmas. She offered me a cup of green tea for going out of my way to see her, and some handmade strawberry daifuku. They were pretty nice daifuku. The old woman told me her computer wasn't working. It didn't make any noise when she tried to turn it on. Please don't tell me she had it unplugged. I thought some wire had gotten loose or something, and maybe the machine wasn't getting any power. But it wasn't that simple, oh thank god. I knew it wasn't that simple in a matter of seconds. That's because of the smell. A horrible, ungodly smell, funny for a shrine, was emitting from the PC. What? Curious and a little afraid, I opened up the device and found a mess of thick, sticky, gray mush stuck to the fine interior workings of the computer. Some of the circuits were burned out. Almost nothing was untouched by the foul-smelling, syrupy mess. Oh, disgusting! It was like the inside of a burst fruit. But what kind of fruit would have such a thick, pulpy innards? Oh, come on, we're talking about the inside of a computer here, and I'm still so disgusted. I asked the woman if she had any idea what this mess inside her computer was, and apparently being a devout Shinto practitioner and an ex-shrine maiden herself, she believed her computer had a living soul that needed to be respected. The old woman had asked her granddaughter, who was a shrine maiden in training, how she should best honor her computer's soul. Oh, my computers don't have soul, you silly old bat! Whenever she used it, and her granddaughter told her to put a grain of rice into the CD drive every time she turned it on. How does a grain of rice stay inside a CD drive though? Like, you know, doesn't it have the huge gaping hole in it that fucking the businessmen use as a cup holder? The old woman had followed her granddaughter's advice diligently, never failing to give her computer a grain of rice whenever she woke it from its slumber. Okay, but even then, did she put a cooked grain of rice in there? Like, what? Well, how would it get syrupy and sticky and shit? Even if it's like a cooked grain of rice, it's like one tiny that only has like a little amount of liquid inside of it, water. It's like not that big a deal. I don't think even if you put 100 grain of rice in there, it doesn't get all dirty like that from rice. Until the pressure of all the compacted, sticky rice inside the system broke it. Oh, it was sticky rice? What the fuck? Did she dip it in like honey and syrup and stick it in her mouth and then like the saliva is still attached to it? Then she dumped it inside her CD drive? The fuck? This story is even more bizarre than I remember. Anyway, as I left the shrine, I happened to meet the devilish shrine maiden who had tricked her dear old grandmother. You're the one! You told her to put the rice in there! That shrine maiden was none other than a girl currently sitting in my kitchen. So what happened, huh? Did your grandmother die, or did she kick you out for your prank? Tsukiko, or as she prefers to be known, Seductress Suki. I can't think of a better name for this piece of work. Selfish Suki. She made my job so much more difficult than it needed to be. And she didn't even apologize. Instead, she laughed and asked me how I was getting on. Like she didn't already know. She laughed right in my face. I never, in my whole life, felt more inclined to punch somebody before. Now I've met Suki in person, and the feeling still hasn't changed. That would actually be awesome if there were violence in a Sakura game. A few days pass, and the new girl seems to be fitting in well. At least, I think she is. I've been so busy with work, I haven't really been able to check. But she hasn't tried to cram uncooked rice into any of our electrical appliances, so I think we're good. I'm keeping my eyes open though, just to make sure. The last thing I want is for my laptop to give up the ghost like her grandma's PC. I need that for work. As for Clover, she doesn't need to work right now. School's out for the summer, and it doesn't start up again until September, so she has an ample amount of time to lounge around the house playing video games. Lucky girl. And in regards to Suki, well, I'm still not sure about her. She doesn't seem to have a job. She doesn't seem to have much stuff either, serial killer. She hasn't gone back to her previous place of residence, that small shrine in Asakusa. I guess to pick up any of her possessions. I wonder, if she's a shrine maiden in training, shouldn't she be at her grandmother's shrine doing some training? I don't know how exactly shrine maidens train, but I've never seen any prospective shrine maidens training by lounging on the couch at all hours of the day, painting their fingernails and listening to pop music. There's a lot about shrine maidens I don't know. Maybe they're not as traditional as they used to be. Welcome to the 21st century, where traditions are slowly fading away and disappearing. Suki certainly isn't. If she was, there's no way she'd make this sudden announcement one evening.
So, I was thinking, we should all make a video game.
What an interesting offer, Suki.
I beg your pardon? Wow, that's a great idea, Suki. Isn't it just...
But I have some doubts. I always have doubts. And my doubts have doubled after coming home from work, tired and exhausted, to find Suki and Clover getting all excited in the living room. What do you mean, let's make a game? Where did this come from?
It's quite simple, really.
Oh, is it now?
I was talking to Clover, and she said it was your childhood dream to work on a game together.
Well, I guess so, but... I shoot Clover a nasty glare. Damn, we've only met her for one day, and you're already spilling her my childhood secrets? She takes a few steps backwards, smiling awkwardly. What else has she been telling this girl while I've been gone? Why stop at my childhood dreams? It's a free-for-all, yeah, why don't you just tell her the kinky stuff that I love, huh? My fetishes. What about the time my pet rabbit Mochi died? Or the time I wet myself in elementary school? Or my 3 sizes? Who cares about privacy anyway? Yeah, privacy is overrated. Hey, when you're living with 3 girls, 3 gamer girls, or 2 other gamer girls, who are always pretty much half naked, I'm pretty sure secrets are no longer a thing. We're living in a digital era now. Everything gets posted on the internet, and surveillance cameras keep track of our movements at all times. It's just like 1984. Wasn't that a movie? Or a game? I think it was a movie. But without the rats. Hopefully. I don't think either of us have the skills required to make a video game.
Really? Clover said you know all sorts of complicated coding stuff.
It's not that complicated, really. I haven't been keeping up to date with the basics anyway. It must be outdated knowledge by now.
Yeah, but you seem like a smart girl. I'm sure you can catch up.
I don't have time to catch up. Unlike you, I have a full-time job. Yeah, removing porn from people's computer. What a job, right? And quit. Oh, as if it's that easy. What? I stare at her. I can't just quit my job. How else can I pay for the house?
It'll be fine. You're a freelancer. You can make your own hours.
I'm fully booked for a week.
Cancel your appointments.
For how long? Indefinitely?
Nah, we'll make a super quick game. It won't take a couple of weeks.
3 at most. Wow, you make it sound so fucking easy, Suki. I can't think of any video game that would take such a meager amount of time to make. brushing up on my coding syntax alone would take... Yeah, there's definitely not a type of game that would take a short amount of time to make, like...
You're being too serious about this, Nekohime.
Am I? I don't like being told I'm too serious by a girl wearing a stupid pair of cat ear headphones. And I wear a cat ear jacket! It's a battle of the cat ears. Who's got the best? Which one do you like more, the jacket or the headphones?
We don't need to make anything complex. It'll be fine if we make a short, sweet, narrative-focused game.
Narrative-focused game with heavy plot action.
Oh, you mean like a visual novel?
Oh my god, they did it. I was wondering if they were gonna go there, but they actually did it.
Exactly. Those are super quick to churn out. They're popular too.
Well, if you just attach the name Sakura to it, you know? Sakura in front of whatever fucking game you want to name it, and boom, it'll be popular, kinda.
We'll be rolling in money. Yes, if everything goes according to plan, we'll be an unstoppable team.
What if these 3 girls are actually the ones that have made all the Sakura games, and now they've run out of ideas to the point where they're just like, hey, let's make a game about us making the Sakura games. Fucking brilliant.
Like the wind, a tornado, a tsunami. Definitely.
Suki jumps off the couch. Her pigtails bounce.
I'm so excited. I want to start sketching out character designs right now.
Hold it. I grab hold of Suki's shoulder. I think I'm starting to get a headache. Do visual novels even count as games? That's the thing that many people have questioned plenty of times before. They still do nowadays, but considering it was on Steam before any of the other things that are on Steam currently that aren't games. Visual novels were there, and I think it kind of it qualifies as a game, but admittedly it's a game type that has the least sort of gameplay elements to it. It's kind of like a bare bones game for sure, but I think it just barely qualifies as a game. I think it barely qualifies.
Do you really want to go into this?
I just did.
What do you ask?
That's a dangerous can of worms to open. Oh, I opened it. The can is open. The worms are out.
It's a controversial topic. People like to argue about it a lot online.
Oh yeah, if you watch the fucking... Just whenever a Sakura game comes out, or any sort of visual novel, right? Watch the Steam forums. Half of it will be like, oh, is there a nudity patch? Is there 18+ patch? Is there nudity in it? Otherwise, I won't fucking buy it. Or you'll have like a bunch of other threads like, why the fuck is this on Steam? Steam is only supposed to be for games, and they fucking play games as that has other sex scenes in it and whatnot, you know? They buy that shit too, and it's like, oh, this is totally fine, this is still a game, blah 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 blah. But yeah, once it's visual novels, it's something that they're not into. For some reason, they feel the need to complain about it though. I don't understand. If you're not into it, just shut the fuck up and don't play it, don't even pay attention to it. But, you know, seriously, the Steam forums of most of these games sometimes are pretty cancerous. I actually recommend you to stay away from it, unless you can have a good laugh about it.
People always argue online,
that's true, they always do.
But they argue about this a lot. In my opinion, visual novels are games of a sort. You can make choices.
Not all the time.
If you can't make choices in a visual novel, it's typically referred to a kinetic visual novel.
Are they like teaching us shit? I knew this, by the way. I knew this already. You can't teach me facts I already know.
That doesn't change the basic fact that the user has to interact with an electronic medium to get the full experience, though.
I love how they make it sound so difficult, right? Interact with an electronic medium to get the full experience. Well, in reality, all you're doing is just what I'm doing right now, using one finger to press the enter button. I didn't realize you were so passionate about visual novels, Clover.
Well, you know, I can never refuse a cute face,
especially when there's 3 of them. So you're just in it for the adorable girls, are you? Aren't you? Who isn't in it for the adorable girls?
That's right. And
at least partly, right? Clover's face flushes indecently.
Oh, the lewd scenes, of course.
At least she's honest about it. But I don't know if that makes it any better. You better be careful, or I might have to do a hard reset on your laptop. You shouldn't download too many illegal torrents from unsafe websites.
I don't torrent my games, Nekohime. In fact, I'm hurt at the suggestion. Only vile, evil people do that exactly. You buy games. You have wounded my pride as a gamer.
Visual novels still aren't games. Get the fuck out of here, Nekohime.
They are a subset of games. If point-and-click adventure story games count as games, so should visual novels.
Yes, but in visual novels, you only click to advance the text.
That's still interaction.
Are they still going on about this?
Turning the pages of a book is
Technically interaction, but nobody will call that exciting or challenging gameplay. I mean, with games, they don't necessarily need to be challenging. It can be the most easiest game in the fucking world. It still qualifies as a game, right? Maybe if a visual novel had gameplay segments, it would be considered a game. Those definitely do. Danganronpa is probably one of the better examples of that. Of like a visual novel that has gameplay elements to it. But the keyword here is gameplay. Choices don't count. Especially not meaningless choices that only alter a few sentences of text at most. Just how lazy can you be? Exactly, Wingcloud, how lazy can you be?
And since when were you the arbitrator of what counts as a game, Nekohime?
Since I decided to learn C++ and Java to code actual games, involving things like character stats and maps and inventories.
That's an outdated way of thinking. There's nothing wrong with cute character designs and branching narratives.
I mean, the thing is, right, whether you love visual novels or not, one thing is for certain is that just the story game genre in general, or just the importance of story in any game genre whatsoever, it has become way more important over the last 5 years, or maybe last 10 to 5 years, right? You've seen like a lot of games where for example, games that didn't have stories before now actually add like a campaign to it, blah blah blah, or it has some sort of story attached to it just to make people more interested. And I don't know, it's something that's just become way more popular, you know. And I don't really mind games that therefore only focus on the story, for example. So I still would call those games, but there's no flavor.
Flavor?
It's not interesting, like making porridge and forgetting to add sugar.
Not everybody likes sugar as much as you do, Nekohime.
You just don't know what they're missing out on. Anyway, thank you, Suki, thank you. I think we've beaten that topic to death. Suki claps her hands together, signaling order.
It doesn't matter whether visual novels are games or not. They're quick and relatively cheap to produce, if you keep the scale small enough.
Because they're unambitious and derivative.
Because the focus is on the story, not extraneous details that get in the way. Besides,
visual novels are very popular at the moment. It is quite, you know, popular, as in it's gotten more popular every single year, I feel. Which is a good thing, of course.
And you can sell them at manga markets.
Manga market? You really want to go there?
Why wouldn't we? It's a mecca for indie developers who want to sell their music, art, doujinshi.
Suki's eyes sparkles, of course she said doujinshi.
Or video games. Visual novels aren't. Visual novels are included.
I bite my lower lip. I feel like I'm flogging a dead horse here. I guess nobody cares about my opinion. Clover and Suki have already decided on their plan of action long before I got here. I could always try to argue, but... Holy shit, this is a lot of I feel like just because of the conversation earlier, right? They were just like, alright, let's add 5 choices this time. Because normally you have 2, maybe 3 at most. Now they're giving us 5, meaning this has to qualify as a game, right? Look, all the amount of choices. 5 choices. Right, it would be utterly meaningless. It wouldn't make any difference. It's not like I have a choice. They wouldn't listen to me anyway. Even thinking about it is a waste of time. Does any of these choices even fucking matter? Nope, that's the fucking joke. They're all the fucking same. Well, I'll close my eyes and just fucking click a random one. Okay, I clicked nothing. It wouldn't make any difference. Oh well. I sigh deeply. I guess times are changing. Since they even let these so-called visual novels on the biggest online game distribution website there is. Steam. Smoke. They call it Smoke. I see what they did there. Maybe my opinion doesn't matter all that much. Nobody ever thinks my opinion matters. But like, Steam has branched out more and more, right? I mean, you can even buy anime on Steam now. And you have like, they sell movies on Steam, only certain types of movies. And what other stuff? I think that's about it. That isn't technically like a game, right? I just feel like Steam it isn't just pigeonholing itself anymore in just like only games. It's actually branching out into other mediums, which is cool, of course. I mean, wouldn't it be awesome to have everything that you sort of want? Games, videos, anime, TV series, whatever, right? Just in one sort of huge library as Steam. I think that's, just for the convenience of it alone, I think that's pretty cool. As long as you have the option, right? The option to either have it on Steam or anywhere else. I think it's cool. People are the worst. Okay, fine. If you two really want to make a game, sorry, visual novel, I make quotation marks with my fingers, then you can. Just leave me out of it.
Aw, but it won't be fun without you, Nekohime.
Sounds like a pain, and I still have my job to worry about.
But you don't like your job. Can't you afford to take a break? Just for a few weeks.
Well...
Come on, Nekohime. Please, 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 please.
Clover stares at me with her big round eyes, her hands clasped at her front in prayer. It's hard to stay aloof when she's looking at me like that. My resolves crumble slowly, piece by piece, like an old fruit flan left in the back of a cupboard.
This was our dream, wasn't it? It's been our dream ever since we were little. Now we can finally make it happen.
Yeah, when we were 5 years old, we were already dreaming about making a visual novel with lewd girls in it.
You can do the coding and the writing. I can do the music. And Suki here can do the art.
You can draw?
A little. I've posted a ton of images on my Mixif account.
Mixif? What is that? What is like the real world? Mixif? I don't know what that is. Pixie? Pixie? I don't fucking know.
They seem to get a pretty positive reception.
I thought you were supposed to be a shrine maiden.
I was, but living in a shrine is so boring. There's nothing much to do other than sweep leaves, so I started drawing digital art to keep me busy. Like you two, it's always been my dream to work on a project with other people. I like uploading my art online, and I always get nice comments, but it would feel different, I think, if I could use my art to make something really special. If we could all work together, wouldn't that be wonderful? Don't you think so, Nekohime? Don't you think it would be wonderful?
But a visual novel?
I know it's not what you're into, but you like writing stories, don't you? You always sent me those poems back when you were in middle school.
Don't remind me. When I was younger, I used to think I had talent as a writer. When I was younger, I was delusional. We all were. I can't believe I ever sent those ridiculous, over-the-top poems to Clover of all people. Once you tell Clover something, she doesn't forget it. Not ever.
You might cringe now, Nekohime, but you have some serious talent as a writer. We might be able to do it if we're together. That's right. We're going to aim for a new release in time for the summer manga market.
Isn't that in the beginning of August?
Yes, and?
It's the 18th of July now. Less than a month, easy peasy. It's only a visual novel.
Then we'll need to get cracking. 2 weeks or under. That's the deadline.
What are you planning to do with this game once you finished it? Game. I can't believe I've already started calling this visual novel a game. What happened to my moral code? My ethics? My credentials, right? I don't fucking know.
We're going to sell it, of course. I booked a table at Manga Market in advance. Now I just need a product to sell there.
My. Aren't we prepared? Is this why you wanted to move in here so quickly, huh? You planned this out already?
I was supposed to be working on a calendar with the Doujin Circle, but there was some drama, and they disbanded.
Oh no, the Doujin Circle.
Even though I booked the table with my own money, and did a bunch of art already. I guess it won't get used now. I was pretty upset about it, but I'm with you guys now. It seems like a shame to let your talents and that table go to waste. Don't you think?
Well, I look between Suki and Clover. Suki is smiling, bouncing back and forth on the balls of her feet. Clover stares at me, her pursed lips forming the words, please. When I see them like this, I know. I can't disappoint Suki, I don't want to let down Clover, I want to do this for my own sake. For my own sake? I mean, we've gone all Clover all the way this route anyway, so I don't want to let down Clover. Besides, we've only just met Suki. Like, girl, come on. You're not gonna get in my pants that quickly. Clover's my best friend. Not just that, she's my only friend. You hear that, Suki? We're not friends yet. I've only known Clover for 10 years. And in all this time, she's never let me down. When my pet rabbit, Mochi, died when I was in middle school, Clover was the one who comforted me. Not even my parents. Even my parents were like, you'll get over it. Or they were like, we'll buy you a new one. Nothing can replace Mochi, okay? But of course, Clover understood that. She was always there whenever I needed somebody to vent to, or a shoulder to cry on. And she is right. Making a game together always was our dream. Although our dream has been downgraded somewhat from a game to a visual novel. I don't want to split hairs. Not now. Not when she looks so excited. Working on a small project might be fun, even if we have such a tight deadline. It's a lot of work, but alright, fine. I'll do it. I knew you'd come to the right decision. I mean, every single decision was basically yes. It just depended who you did it for, right? Or for what reason.
Yay, Nekohime, I love you!
So saying, the two girls embraced me in a warm, tight hug.
What? Yeah. Oh, you meow like a cat too? How cute.
I don't meow, I meow, okay?
She meows even more if you rub her under her chin or pat her head. Oh, really? How interesting.
Clover, no! Don't give her any more ammunition.
Yeah.
The embrace is much too warm for my liking, and there are way too many elbows jabbing me in my sides. But I don't pull away. Not now. How could I, when for the first time in forever, it feels my dull, boring life might be going somewhere. Oh yeah, I mean, come on, we're getting hugged and like cuddled, like touched upon our body by two girls? This doesn't happen very often. We gotta savor it.